Okay, so let's get into it. My last video, I spoke about knowing what you want out of your life and what you want it to be about. And I discussed aligning your values so that you can have more of the life that you want and being really clear about it, right? Because we have to be clear on it in order to take the steps to get it. Well, it seems sometimes we get really hung up on what our values actually are. Okay, so I'm here to help practice with that, help you understand how to figure those out for yourself. But I do encourage you to watch my last video about what you want out of your life so that you can learn to tie this concept into that to actually get the outcomes that you want, okay, and to be happier in your own life. So let's talk about some examples and let's practice figuring out what you actually value, what your values are. Because I think that concept is a little bit difficult for people to really get a handle on sometimes. And ultimately, we all want fulfillment out of our life. So it's just a matter of figuring out how to do that. But we can all get there. Okay, so let's think about what is actually important to you. What is important to you in your life? What do you feel best, like your best version of you, when you're doing that or when that's incorporated in your day or your life? Okay, so what does that look like? Do you feel really energized when you're around your family or your friends or certain people? Does it bring you a lot of joy and fill you up? If so, maybe you value close relationships. Okay? Or do you feel really energized when you're having really deep, meaningful conversations? Like, this is one of the things I value. I really value deep conversation over more superficial conversation. So it's kind of like valuing quality time and quality conversation over the superficial conversations or relationships or time. Okay, so that's one of my big ones. So maybe that's you too. Or it's also like quality over quantity. Like I value more quality things versus quantity of things. So it's kind of like that concept also as well. And this is a good one that I feel happens often. Okay. Is it more important to you to be right about something or in a situation, or do you value more peace within yourself? Okay. And so if you find yourself saying you want more inner peace, but then you end up finding yourself expending a lot of energy to convince someone that your way of thinking or your opinion or your whatever is the correct and best way, then maybe you need to reevaluate what your value is. Maybe you value being right more than having more inner peace, right? Do you see how what you say you want, kind of your actions need to match it? Otherwise, it's a contradiction and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, and you're not living by your values. And it's okay, whatever your values are. Like I said in the last video, there's no right or wrong, and there's no judgment. Everything is neutral, and we get to give it our own meaning. And that is fine. Whatever you value is fine. But if it's more about if you want to actually live by your values and you want to find more happiness and joy, then your actions and what you believe is important should match up. Like, if you value money, but you're always using it carelessly or not respecting money, not taking care of money, then are you really valuing it? If you say that you're valuing your close friendships, but you're not putting in the effort, are you really valuing them? So then it's about taking a step back and being honest with yourself. Okay, what is it that I really value and want? And just being honest about it. Because sometimes we think we need to value certain things because other people around us do. Or because we did in the past, but maybe we've grown and changed. Or maybe we've decided that we want different things now. And that's great. Growth is great, but sometimes we have to let go of things in our past or habits or things that we've always done or believed in order to allow ourselves to grow and change and get the life that we've decided that we want now. And that can be a really difficult concept for some people to let go of. Like let go of old habits or let go of old friendships or let go of old things that we valued in the past because we're just afraid. Maybe we're afraid of change or we're afraid of being judged or whatever it is. But it's really about understanding what you want to get out of your experience in life and what is really important to you. What fills you up? What energizes you? What is it that when you're doing that thing makes you feel alive? That is a good indication that that is something that you value. And so that is something that you want to follow and incorporate in your life more. So that means maybe changing habits or changing things throughout your day that align and match up with that value. Whether it's close friendships, quality time, money, working, honesty, just time to yourself or whatever it is. It can be anything, a certain hobby, whatever it is. And of course we're going to have multiple values. It's not about picking one. It's about knowing all of them and then taking the steps that what we do in each day aligns with what is important to us so that we can feel alive and we can feel energized and we can feel happier. And as we follow that happiness, it's natural that the universe is going to bring more of the outcomes that we want into our life because we're following that energy that makes us happier instead of just staying stuck in what we think we should be valuing or what we're told we should value or what other people value. That's not what it's about. It's about choosing what you value and accepting that about yourself and being okay with that, and then giving yourself permission to change the habits and the way that you're living your life to match that. Okay? So if you're saying that you value inner peace, then start paying attention to how you are in certain situations. And maybe that means not engaging in certain situations or certain arguments or certain conversations because it's more important to you to stay calm and keep your groundedness and keep your peace versus engaging in something that isn't going anywhere and isn't adding to your life and to your happiness. And you can apply this concept with all of the values. You know, if you value money, for example, then show money respect. Take care of money. Use it in good ways. Use it to your advantage. Save it or spend it in the right areas. You know, maybe that's a matter of not being reckless with it and just wasting it, because that doesn't necessarily match up with valuing and having, you know, an importance to money if you're not respecting it yourself. And I'm just trying to find common examples that we can all relate to. You know, that's a very simple type of example. But whatever it is that you desire and you want more of in your life because that's what brings you fulfillment, then respect yourself enough to find ways to incorporate that more into your day. And then you're going to feel more energized and happy and like you have something to wake up to and a purpose every day. So I challenge you and encourage you to find your values, what you value, what brings you happiness, and practice each day asking yourself, how can I add that in? And it does take a matter of being honest and maybe being authentic and vulnerable with yourself to figure those out, and allowing yourself to let it be different from maybe what you always valued before, because maybe you want a different outcome. So maybe those values need to change a little bit. And that's normal. That's good. That's good. But it's just being honest with yourself and really taking the time to think about it and asking yourself those questions. Okay. Well, I hope this helps. I hope those examples were relatable and could kind of show you how to apply this and incorporate it for your own life. And like I said, watch that other video, my last video that I posted, so that you can take this more specific concept of how to figure out your values and then incorporate it into everyday changes. Okay. Let me know in the comments what you got out of it, and I'll see you guys later.